Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. We're in a bit of a weird location right now. You probably are like, where is Grace right now? I'm currently in Greece, in Rhodes on holiday, and I thought I would film this week's YouTube video from my bedroom in Greece while I get ready for dinner. I feel like the best time on holiday is when you have just showered, you've got a bit of a suntan, and you're getting ready for dinner to go out for a nice dinner. And I've just poured myself a Pepsi. I do kind of wish this was a Fanta lemon, but all I had left in the fridge was a Pepsi, so I'm having a Pepsi. Gonna do my makeup, answer you guys' questions that you asked in my broadcast group, and just have a little catch up, because I feel like my last few YouTube videos have been vlogs. Like, I feel like I did obviously New York vlog, that was a big long video. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. That's a very wonderful vlog, if I do say so myself. I have rewatched it many times because I really miss New York and I want to go back, and I know my friend Casey does too. So I vlogged New York, and then I think I did a vlog of both going to the Eras tour. I think they may have been my last 3 videos, so I haven't posted a sit down video like this in ages, so I thought it'd be nice to catch up with you guys while I do my makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my broadcast group, which is where I ask the questions. If you guys aren't in it, my broadcast group on Instagram is a very fun place. I basically just chat all day. It's basically like my group chat with my friends that I send messages in and no one replies to me. So instead I send it to my broadcast group and I hope that someone out there is listening, and some of you guys do reply, which is very nice. So I asked some questions on there, so I'm literally just gonna randomly answer every single question unless they're really weird, and do my makeup. And yeah, I thought that will be a fun video. I hope you enjoy. Okay, the first question I got sent in was, what's next for you? I feel like I've had a few comments on my TikTok and stuff. By the way, did I say I'm doing my makeup while I'm answering these questions? So let me actually just get my makeup out so it's not like really noisy this whole video. I'm gonna do very minimal makeup because I can't be bothered. I feel like the main thing that puts me off wearing makeup day to day is the fact I have to take it off again. Like, it's such a faff to put makeup on and then take it off again. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm gonna do very minimal makeup. So I'm just gonna do like a bit of concealer, my Bare Minerals powder foundation, and some like blusher and bronzer. Back to the question, what's next for you? So for those of you that don't know, I have finished university, I think it's like 2 months ago now. I haven't graduated yet, which I'm getting such FOMO because everyone, I feel like, on my Instagram and like all people that I went to school with are all graduating literally like today or yesterday or this week. But my graduation for uni is not until November, which is so annoying. I don't know why my uni have done that. Like, I think it's because we have some people in our uni that start their like academic year in January, so they don't finish till November. But you'd think they would just give us people that do like a normal term dates a different graduation, but clearly not. So it's quite annoying. I have to wait till November, but it does mean that I can see everyone's graduation dresses and get inspo, and then by the time November comes, I will have lots of great options for graduation dresses. But so yeah, I finished uni a few months ago. Basically at the minute I'm just kind of having the summer off. I'm obviously working. My main job is doing my social media, and I've been doing this as my only like job for the past like 3 years I've been at uni now, I think. I'm pretty sure I quit all my like normal jobs as I was starting uni. So I have gotten by the past 3 years with the income that I've earned from social media. So I'm just hoping to kind of carry on doing that. Obviously there is more pressure now because if you guys don't know, I moved out in September last year. So I have like rent to pay now, a lot more rent, you know, it's quite a lot. It's very expensive, cost of living crisis and bills to pay. So I'm hoping I can keep on affording it with my social media money. I mean, before I did social media, my plan when I finished uni was to get like some sort of marketing job, maybe like a grad job, and I could still do that. Like, I have a degree now, so I could always do that if I'm finding myself bored, or like if I don't have enough money, then I could look at like marketing grad roles. But right now I'm just gonna see where this takes me. I'm gonna see like how I get on with the schedule and like being my own boss all the time, because obviously I have been this whole time, but I had uni to kind of like fill in my timetable and force me to like film on the days when I wasn't at uni, whereas now I like basically have no kind of plans in my calendar week to week, apart from like events and stuff. But yeah, basically I'm just kind of seeing what I'm gonna, see where life takes me. And I feel like a lot of my friends are in similar boats, even those that don't have social media as a job, those that have just finished uni. Like, a lot of them haven't found grad jobs yet and they're just kind of seeing what comes up. I feel like it's quite normal at this age. Like, I'm only 22. I feel like it's quite normal to not know what you're doing with your life, and like, I don't know where I'm going to be in 10 years. I feel like most people don't. Someone said, at what age did you find out you had scoliosis and was it scary? I feel like I've done many videos on this, so I will link the playlist down below because I have many long YouTube videos where I talk through my whole process, like going through my doctor's notes and stuff. But in summary, if you guys didn't know, I have this condition called scoliosis where my spine was curved, and it's basically a condition where your spine is curved, and like eventually, if it's bad enough, it can lead to like all different health complications if you don't get it fixed. Like eventually, if it is bad enough, it can like cause lung issues and like lots of issues basically, and it's sort of like a deformity. And I was diagnosed with that, I think I was around 11 years old. I think I was in year 6 or maybe year 7. I would have said it more accurately in those YouTube videos because I like had up all my doctor's notes and stuff, but I can't really remember off the top of my head. I was about 11. I had my first back brace, I think, when I was 13, which was in like year 8 or year 9. And then I had my surgeries in year 9 and then year 11, I'm pretty sure. But as I said, feel free to go watch those videos because they go into it in a lot more detail than I will right now. Someone said, hey Grace, how was your trip and how are you? Thank you very much for asking. I feel like I've been away so much because I was in New York like last week, and then I was at home for 3 days, and then I came straight to Greece. So I'm going to be very happy to be home, even though I've heard it's very cold and rainy in England right now. I feel like it will be so nice to just have a few weeks where I know I'm not going anywhere. At least I don't think I am at the minute anyway. My mum has been trying to convince me to come on holiday with her because my parents, I don't know if you guys know, pretty much every year since I was little I've gone to Skiathos in Greece on holiday, and my parents are just going this year because like the scheduling didn't work with like my boyfriend and my sister and her husband to come all at the same time like we normally do. So just my parents are going on their own this year, and my mum has been trying to convince me to come because my boyfriend can't come because he's got work, but like she's like, oh, why don't you come for like 5 days or something, because they're going for 2 weeks. But I don't think I'm gonna go because I feel like I really want some time at home, and obviously it's quite a lot of money because I'd have to like book my own hotel room, and normally you'd pay like half. I'd pay half for my boyfriend for like a double hotel room, but I'd be paying that just for me if I was just going on my own. So I'm not sure. I probably aren't going to Skiathos, but if you suddenly see me on Instagram on another holiday, then that's what's happened. But how are you? I am good. Apart from these illnesses I've been having, I've actually booked a doctor's appointment because I don't know if I've said, I feel like I have mentioned in these previous vlogs that I kept having nosebleeds, and on holiday it's been happening again. And also another thing about me, I always have bruises, but I always just thought I'm like a bit anemic, like I have iron deficiencies which can cause bruising. But then I was Googling it, and basically when I had my back operations I had this like thing wrong with my blood, like low platelet levels, and at the time I was like very underweight, so I think it was just caused by that, and it hasn't been brought up again since then as like an issue. But then I was Googling like nosebleeds, why am I getting nosebleeds, and that thing, low platelets, can cause nosebleeds. So basically I think I might be having some sort of issue with my bloods or something, so I booked a GP appointment for when I get back off holiday on Monday. So hopefully they will figure it out, because the nosebleed thing is just really annoying because I can't go anywhere without tissues, and it's just so embarrassing because I'm like, what if I'm like out at a restaurant and then there's just blood? Like, trigger warning by the way, I don't know if that's trigger warning, anyone's scared of blood, but yeah, basically I hope that gets sorted. But apart from that, I'm doing very well. I'm very happy. I'm so happy to not have uni anymore. Honestly, the last 3 years being at uni was so draining and just like the worst thing always in the back of my mind. So I'm so happy that I don't have to have that anymore. Don't have like essays to write, and I got my grades back and I've passed and I got the grade I'm happy with. So yeah, I'm doing very well at the minute, and obviously I'm so lucky to be able to go on holidays. Like I just got back from New York and had the best time, and I'm in Greece and having a great time, so I'm doing very well lately, thank you, apart from the nosebleeds. Someone said, what's the best advice you've ever gotten and you want to pass on? That is a big question. I don't really know. I feel like there's a lot of like quotes and stuff that I think about on a day-to-day basis. Some of them are just from like social media. Let me try and think of one. One thing I think about in terms of like insecurities, and if you're going through like eating problems, I always think about when you die, imagine when you die, even if you believe in heaven or anything like that or whatever, you die and then like someone comes up to you and tells you like a big list of like how much time you spent laughing, how much time you spent with your friends, how many movies you watched, what books you read in your whole life, and they gave you a list and it said you spent, I don't know, 3 days of your whole life hating yourself and like pointing out things in the mirror, 3 whole days straight, like 72 hours of your life, or probably even way more than that, hating yourself. If they said to you, you can either keep that time, that's good, or if you go back and don't hate yourself all those times, you can have 3 more days to live, or just go back and change that into time spending with your family or your friends or whatever, or eating yummy foods. I would definitely pick to not have wasted all that time in my life hating myself, because it doesn't get you anywhere. You can't hate yourself into liking yourself. The only way you can like yourself is to like work on yourself and actually start being nice to yourself and kind to yourself. Like, you can't hate an insecurity better. Like, you can't do that. So yeah, that's just a thing I think about. I don't know if I saw that on social media or whether I just thought of that, I don't know, but that's something I think about all the time. I'm like, okay, well, would I rather waste my life just thinking bad things, or would I rather spend it having fun times and eating yummy food? Because I would definitely pick the second one. Someone else said similar sort of thing. What are some tips that you did that helped you love your body? I feel like there's so many things that helped me. One of the main things that helped me in my most recent struggles was like creators on social media. Like when I was in like year 13 and even in lockdown in first year of uni, I was struggling with food, and there was a few creators that I literally used to watch their videos all the time to help me. One of them being Olivia Kirkby, who I'm now friends with. She's so lovely, and also her book is coming out and I'm so excited to get home because I think my pre-order would have arrived. She's written a whole book about how to love yourself, so I definitely recommend that. Also, I used to watch this amazing creator on TikTok called Leah Watkins, and she used to do what I eat in a days, and she would eat the most yummy foods, and it would just make me like so inspired and like excited to be able to like love food again. And the same with Anna Paul. Anna Paul, I love watching her eat stuff. She eats loads of yummy foods. So yeah, watching creators online definitely helped me a lot. In terms of just like loving your body, I think definitely, especially if any of you watching this also have like scoliosis or any just like health issues, I think thinking about that time in my life has made me appreciate my body much more now. Because if I look back and actually think, wow, I could have died from my issues, I could have been, you know, paralyzed, I could have had way worse things happen to me, and now I'm pretty much like a normal kind of healthy body person. I can walk around. I'm so lucky that I'm able to do that. So to then like look at my legs that walk around me everywhere and are not paralyzed, and I can use to walk anywhere I want and run and jump and whatever, to look at them and be like, I hate my legs because they've got cellulite on them. Why would I do that? Like, I should be so lucky that I have these legs, and the same with my arms and my face and just everything, every part of my body. And I think that's so useful to think about, because even if there's things you like hate about yourself so much, just think like, okay, I might hate how this looks, but if I've got a healthy body, if my heart is beating, if I can taste, if I can smell, if I can laugh with my friends, if I can walk about, if my hands can lift things, like, we're so lucky to have those things that it almost just seems silly to be criticizing like how things look, when it's like you should be so thankful to just be able to breathe and walk around each day and have thoughts. And some people don't have those privileges to be able to walk around or pick up things or such like stuff like that. So I think just really thinking of your body more in terms of like the functions it does for you rather than how it looks. Like, the looks is the least important thing about the body. How your body looks does not indicate health almost at all. Like, there's hardly any factors that indicate health with how looking at your body is. So I think just trying to focus on like having the healthiest body you can and appreciating all the things your body does for you, it definitely has helped me a lot. Also, as I'm talking, I'm noticing how sick I sound, which is links back to my previous point. When you're sick, you always think, oh, I should have appreciated like being able to breathe out of both my nostrils, and that's what I'm feeling right now. So yeah, definitely just appreciating your body when it is healthy, because that's very important. Someone said, what are your favourite hair care products or brands? I use a lot of random hair care products, to be honest, because in my job I get sent a lot of stuff. So I always feel like you can't 100% trust influencers' recommendations, even if they're being super genuine and it's not sponsored or anything, because they normally have been given that product for free. And normally, like, I could say something's amazing, but I didn't buy it with my own money maybe. And if it's like £100, I think it's amazing, but I probably wouldn't repurchase it again. So it's like hard to kind of know whether to trust influencer recommendations. But some things that, in terms of my hair, I feel like it's mainly genetics. I mean, right now I've been outside all day, so it probably looks not that great. But the reason my hair is so long and thick and shiny is pretty much all genetics. Like, my sisters have the same hair, my mum has the same hair. But some things I do to try and help the health of my hair is, I don't wash it that often. I only wash it like once a week, but that is because my hair is so thick that it kind of absorbs the grease and it doesn't look too bad with some dry shampoo in it. I also try and avoid heat. I always do my heatless curls. If you have seen on my TikTok, probably I do my heatless curls. But that's just because I like how my hair looks the best with the heatless curls. And then as I started doing that more, my hair seemed to get a bit more healthy because I obviously wasn't using like the heat tools all the time. And the hair brand I do use, but some of this I have been sent, so it's hard to say whether, but the stuff that I think I would repurchase, I like Olaplex products, I like K18, I like some of the Garnier hair food, that's quite affordable. I like the banana hair mask, it smells really nice. And my favourite hair product that I've actually repurchased myself probably like 10 times is the Olaplex No. 7 Little Oil, because it's got heat protectant in. So whenever I go on holiday, I always bring it because it is like heat protected and oil, and it's a hair oil that doesn't make your hair feel greasy, and I put it in like almost every day. That's probably one hair product I would recommend, and that I've actually like purchased myself loads of times. But it is like, I think it's £27, but I normally try and get some sort of discount, like student discount on like Look Fantastic or something. Okay, the next question. Someone said, any tips for quick hair growth? Again, I feel like hair growth is mainly down to genetics, also eating enough. When I was underweight, my hair wasn't as nice as it is now. Definitely having enough nutrients, like make sure you're eating all your vitamins and all the minerals you're meant to have. Lots of fruits and veggies will help your hair grow if you're not already eating all those things. And I know people say those little scrubbers, I have one of those scrubbers when I do my shampoo, the like silicone things you can get on Amazon for like £5. They're meant to like stimulate hair growth, but I haven't really noticed much of a difference. But my hair is pretty long anyway, so I don't really notice when it grows. But definitely just eating enough vitamins definitely will help your hair grow. Someone said, what or who made you start social media? I tried to start social media so many times. Like, I remember even in like year 7, I would have these Instagram accounts. I don't know if you guys were around when there was those like pastel beauty accounts with like, do you know Anastasia Kingsnorth? She used to have like a floral princess account. I used to have one of those. I had like an edit account in year 7, and people would send in their photos and I would edit them like as like a goth edit. I've had many different things. Like, I always find when I go on my parents' computer at home, I find like weird videos of me like vlogging when I'm like 8 years old, and obviously never posted them anywhere. So I've been trying to do social media for a very long time, and I tried and failed many more times than I did try and succeed. But when I started my actual social medias that are my accounts now, I started in I think my first TikTok post was in 2019, but I started actually properly posting in lockdown because I was too scared from the people from school seeing my account. I think I've said before, one time in my business class in A-level business, one of the boys found my TikTok and showed everyone, so then I deleted all the posts. That was in like 2019, like literally like December 2019, and then a few months later it was lockdown and I was like, okay, I don't have to see those boys in person again, so I'm going to start posting properly now. So that is what I did, and I posted just sort of random stuff. And then one day I was rewatching Gossip Girl because it had been added to Netflix in lockdown, and I posted a video about Serena's outfits and it did really well. So I was like, okay, well, I can make more videos about Gossip Girl because I was rewatching it at the time and I really loved the show. So I started posting more videos about Gossip Girl and they did really well, and then everyone was like, oh my god, you're a Gossip Girl fan page, you're my favourite Gossip Girl fan page. And I was like, oh my god, I'm a Gossip Girl fan page. And yeah, basically just started posting videos about Gossip Girl on TikTok. No one that I knew like followed me, and then when I started getting more followers, people were like requesting my Instagram, which was private at the time, so I made it public. And then I started posting like pictures in lockdown in the garden on my Instagram, and then gradually I like did a bit less Gossip Girl content on the TikTok and started doing more fashion stuff. And then yeah, just gradually I became like a fashion influencer, and then that sort of led into more like self-love and the body positivity stuff that I do now as alongside with the fashion stuff. So yeah, that's basically the story of my account. I do always think I should do a video like reacting to my old YouTube videos, because there are so many privated videos on this account. I think my earliest one that's still on here is like from 2016, which is like 8 years ago. I feel like I should do a video reacting to that. Evie asked, what is your favourite Taylor... By the way, sorry I keep like touching my nose. I have a cold. I'm blaming Ella Smith. Ella Smith, if you're watching this, you told me you wouldn't give me your cold when we went to JLS, and I have your cold. I've been ill this whole holiday. Also, my ear popped on the plane, and it is still popped. I still can't really hear, which I think is not helping with the voice thing. I'm hoping that it pops on the plane back. If it does not, then I'm going to worry. But I do have a GP appointment booked for the nosebleed, so I guess I'll just tell them that as well. Anyway, back to what Evie said. What is your favourite Taylor Swift album? I always struggle to answer this question, and it changes all the time, and I always put it in my notes. Like, I have loads of different ones that I've like wrote like at different points in my life, and it always changes. At one point, like when Lover came out, it was Lover, and then when Folklore came out, it was Folklore, and then when Evermore came out, I was like, okay, Evermore's the best one. And then Midnights came out, I was still kind of an Evermore girly, but then I've always said Reputation. It's just like so many different things. But now I think I finally got my ranking-ish. My favourite album right now, this may change, so don't take my word for it, is Tortured Poets Department, the anthology, like the whole album, not just the first songs, like the whole album, because the second half of the album is my favourite. It's just her best album. It's like a mix of Evermore, Red, Taylor's version, and Midnights, which were my previously top three albums before Tortured Poets came out. So I think I'm gonna say Tortured Poets is my favourite album, because there's so many songs on it that like if you had to get rid of all her other albums and I could only listen to one, I would pick that one. And then I think Evermore is still number 2. And then I really love Midnights and Red, Taylor's version. So those are like down there. And then I really can't rank the others, it's really hard for me. But definitely Folklore. These are on the same level, like Folklore, Reputation, 1989 Taylor's version. And then I do love the country ones though. I loved Debut. I love the songs on that. So I really can't rank the others, like Fearless, Speak Now. I would say maybe Speak Now is my least favourite, but then it's still my favourite. It's like, if you got rid of the others, that would be my favourite Taylor Swift album, you know? So it's so hard to say, but definitely Tortured Poets is my favourite at the moment. Someone said, what's your favourite surprise song mashup Taylor has performed? So I really try and avoid going on Twitter, because I see every day, I'm like, oh my god, my favourite songs have been mashupped. And I have so many favourite Taylor Swift songs, but especially when Mary's song was played. If you watch my Eras Tour vlogs, every day I was going on about Mary's song. That really hurt. That really hurt me. Also, False God, that was my favourite Taylor Swift songs for a long time. So she did one the other night with, I think it was False God and Slut, and that's really sad for me. I really like the mashups I got on my concerts though. I've been to the Eras Tour twice. We got the Black Dog and Come Back Be Here, that was so good. Yeah, just there's been so many, and I do try avoid looking at them so I don't know all the ones she's done. But Mary's song really hurt me the most, I think. Someone said favourite Taylor Swift song. So hard to say. For years I would say it was False God, but I feel like now there's just too many good ones. Like I literally could not tell you. Some ones off the top of my head, You're on Your Own Kid, The Bolter, The Prophecy, are so many good ones on the new album. Peter, I love Peter so much, there's so many good ones in there. I love Better Man from Red, so many good ones. I can't pick. Someone said, what brands are good for mid-sized clothing? I'm always struggling to find things, particularly denim, like jeans, denim shorts, just trousers in general are quite hard if you're like pear-shaped and you have a small waist and a bigger hips. But one brand I found that do have a good range is Abercrombie. They have like a curve range, and all their curve range actually fit me, like the jeans. But the ones I did buy are like very high-waisted, so I want to try some of their more low-waisted ones. But I think they do the curve range in like their denim shorts and their trousers and stuff, so I need to buy some more. But the Abercrombie stuff is like on the pricier side. Like their jeans are like maybe £100, which is a lot of money for jeans. There's even more than like Levi's are. So, but I think they are worth the investment. Maybe definitely go to like a store to try them on, because if you're shaped like me, it is very hard to find what size you are. But I would very recommend Abercrombie for like curve stuff. Someone said, do you like pineapple on pizza? I do not. I don't really like pineapple. I don't like it. It makes my mouth feel all fuzzy. And I definitely wouldn't want it on pizza. I am very plain girl when it comes to pizza. Margarita almost every time. I will get margarita. If they have a vegan pepperoni with like hot honey or something like that, maybe, or mushrooms sometimes, but most of the time I'm getting margarita pizza. Someone said, why did you become vegan? So I became vegan about 6 or 7 years ago now. I fully became 100% vegan when I was in hospital for my second scoliosis surgery, because before then I wanted to be vegan, but my mum didn't let me because she thought it was like unhealthy, because she didn't know much about it and I was very underweight at the time, so I can see why she was worried about me. But I fully went vegan about 7 years ago, and the main reason I did was because I'd watched lots of documentaries about it, like on Netflix, Cowspiracy, Earthlings, a lot of things, and also my older sister was vegan and I did like to copy everything she did, so she kind of like introduced me to the stuff to watch about it, and then that kind of influenced me to become vegan, mainly just because I like the animals and I think animals are so cute and I wouldn't want to eat them. So I'm vegan for like ethical reasons, not like health or like restrictive reasons. And it definitely was much harder to be vegan when I first went vegan. Like I remember there was no like chain restaurants that had options, whereas now you can literally go to any chain restaurant in the UK and they have good vegan stuff, which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, that's why I went vegan. I was vegetarian for a few years before that, because my mum let me be vegetarian, not vegan. I think I went vegetarian in like maybe year 8 at school, and then I was vegan by like year 10 or year 11. I love how I still think of time frames in terms of what year I was at school, because if you're American, you're gonna have no idea what I mean by year 11. That's like when you're like 15. Someone said university advice. My first thing that I would say about university is don't feel you have to go, because I wouldn't say I was pressured at all. Like I did want to go to uni. I wanted to study business because I loved business A level, but I hated uni so much. Like you really have to remember that what you're choosing to do at uni when you're in sixth form or doing A levels, or you know, in the US I don't know what you call it, like the last year of high school, what decision you're making then when you're like 16, 17, you're gonna be fulfilling that decision when you're like 21, even 22. You're still gonna be dealing with those consequences of your actions. And for a lot of people, they might love the thing they're studying and like they've always wanted to be a doctor, so they're so happy to be studying medicine. But I wasn't like 100%. I'd only picked A-level business because my friend Tia was in that class and I did really like the A-level. I just kind of picked a business degree because it was my favorite A-level class and my favorite like my best grade. I didn't really think about the fact that a degree in business is not the same as doing an A-level. Like it's completely different things. I think when we're going through like secondary school, you do your GCSEs in England and then you do your A-levels, and it's very, very similar. Like GCSE English and then the transition to A-level English is very similar, but you don't realise that like every single university teaches the subjects differently and very differently to how they'll teach you at a school. And I think I just didn't realise like how different it would be and how it's like not like a classroom environment at all. And like I remember my first few months at uni, I was acting like I was in A-level, which was to like revise everything and make all these study notes so I could go back and revise them for my future exams. But then I realised when you come to the end of a module at university, at least for business in the university I went to, you didn't really need any of the notes or any of the knowledge that you've just learnt that whole module, because you're not studying that topic ever again in the next 3 years. So I found it so weird that you would study this whole topic, write loads of notes on it, spend hours and hours in class learning it, do exams on it, and then you just have to like forget everything. Whereas in A-level and GCSEs, you spend 2 whole years preparing for that final exam with everything you've learned. Whereas at uni, it's very different because you do like one module, you take the exam, and then I think that might be how they do it in like American high schools, but that is not how we were taught in the UK. So I found it very different and like a very different like way of learning, which I was not used to. But yeah, I would say if you're looking to go to uni, just do so much research. look at the individual modules that you will be studying on your course, because I did not think about that, and I ended up having to do like law modules and economics modules, which I was not interested in at all. Like studying for a good 4 months economics or law, and I would not have chosen those topics at like A level, and I didn't know they came with a business degree because I didn't look at the list of the modules we'd be doing. So definitely just do as much research as you can. If you're moving cities, go and stay, like get your parents if they can to go stay in an Airbnb or a hotel in that city for a few nights so you can kind of experience it. Maybe find someone in the year above that goes to that uni if you're friends with them, like go stay with them, because you definitely should do lots of research, because I know a lot of people who like dropped out or like didn't like their uni experience because they weren't really prepared for like what it would be like. Someone said, how do you get over anxiety and what are some coping tips? I feel like that is a very hard question. I feel like I didn't know what anxiety was until like a few years ago. Like I always would hear my friends, and like I remember Zoella would always make videos about anxiety, and I didn't know what it was. Like I didn't understand what everyone was talking about. And then I realized that like the worrying, stressful feeling I get in certain situations, that is what they were talking about. That is what anxiety is. Like I get anxious, like I would say I get anxious like walking into a room with new people, like meeting new people. I get anxious when I'm stressed out and when I need to talk to like my accountant, or like if I was at school when if I'd been in trouble by the teacher, I would feel like this sick, like I'm gonna throw up. I feel so stressed. I want to like smash a glass feeling, and that is anxiety, and I didn't know that that's what anxiety was. And I think I still definitely struggle with it. Like I am someone that gets stressed out a lot, and anxiety is basically just feeling like stressed out and worried. And sometimes if you have like extreme anxiety, it will be like stressed out and worried over situations that you do not need to be stressed out and worried about. Like I get lots of anxiety around traveling and around getting on a plane, getting on a boat. I'm very scared of boats. I will not go on a boat unless I have to. And I think it's such a hard thing to deal with, and I definitely am not like, I have anxiety all the time and I don't always know how to cope with it. But I think in terms of like social situations or things you have to do that you're worried about something going wrong, I always just think, okay, well, what is the worst that can happen? Even if I walk into this room and I fall over and everyone makes fun of me, yeah, they might remember it for that day. They might tell their friend that night, oh, someone fell over at the event. In a week, they're not going to remember. In a year, they're not going to remember. You're not even going to remember in a year. And the same with like, even like when I get worried about being on planes, I'm like, okay, the worst thing that could happen is we crash. I'll be dead. So does it matter? And worrying about it won't make the plane crash any less, or worrying about it won't make me fall. Worrying about falling over in a group of people probably will make you fall over more likely, because you're worrying about it. So basically, I just try and be like rational with things and think, okay, what's the worst that can happen? Is that going to happen? Will it matter? Probably not. So I just need to stop worrying about it, because the less time your thoughts are like held up with worry, the more time you can enjoy yourself and not be stressed. But obviously that is way easier said than done, and I still get anxious all the time. So, you know, I'm trying to follow my own advice too. Someone else said tips for the first day of uni. I am the sort of person that would get so worried about the first day of anything. I remember the first day of secondary school, I was just like, I don't get how you just walk in and like, who am I going to talk to? And I was the same on the first day of sixth form, even though I knew people, and I was the same on the first day of uni, first day of any job I've started. Like, I get so worried because I'm not like a really confident person. Like, I'm quite a shy person. Like, I won't talk unless you talk to me, not most of the time. I just would get so worried. But honestly, I would just say everyone is in the same boat as you. And the main thing that helps me be more confident or like talk to people is just fake it until you make it. Like, I'll just go up to a group of people and pretend that I am confident. And I just think, well, what would a confident person right now would do? Maybe they'll walk up to that new person and say they like their outfit, or like compliment their hair, and then you can start a conversation and just try and act like what a confident person would act like. And the thing about that is the other person has no idea that you're actually like faking it, and in your head you're like, oh my god. They have no idea. They're probably thinking, oh my god, she's so confident, I need to be more like her. Like, honestly, everyone is probably thinking the same in their own head. So just try and like fake it till you make it, and just realise that especially on the first day of uni, everyone else will be really scared and no one's gonna know each other, no one's gonna have any friends. So just go up to someone and be like, I love your outfit, and then you can be like, oh, what's your name, what are you studying, and then, you know, you can go from there. Okay, I've actually finished my makeup. I haven't really done that much makeup, but that's because, as I said, did I say this? I hate taking it off, so I don't put much makeup on holiday. My hair, I've had it in a messy bun all day by the pool. It's probably got loads of like salty beach air in. It's not looking that great, but it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go get my dress on and then go to dinner, and I'm ready now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I have answered every single question on my broadcast group, which was pretty good going. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you're watching this and you're not in my broadcast group, make sure you join it if you want to be annoyed by little messages from me all the time. And I hope you're having a lovely week and a good Sunday. And as I post this, I will probably be flying back home from Rhodes. Although on the news today, there's been this big like IT failure, and lots of planes are delayed. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I get to Rhodes. I mean, not to Rhodes, I get home from Rhodes to England. I guess you'll see on my Instagram if I have any updates. I'm really hoping that we don't get delayed because it's very, very warm here and I'm starting to miss the English weather. It's 35 degrees every day and I do love being on holiday, but sometimes I miss home a bit. So yeah, hopefully I get home in time on Sunday and upload this video. I'll probably edit it on the plane. But yeah, I hope you're all having a great week. Here are my socials if you want to keep up with me. And I'm about to go for dinner, so I'm excited. If you want to see what I've been eating on this holiday, I have been posting what I eat in a day on TikTok. I will probably post them on YouTube Shorts, but normally I'm a bit slow to upload them on YouTube Shorts. So if you want to see them first, I'll post them on TikTok. But yeah, I hope you're all having a good week, and I will see you in next week's video.